Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Eric with Sweet Spot DFS, going over a DraftKings first look for the 2026 Open Championship. Now, as I've stated in multiple first look videos, I like to start here, every single major championship, because one, it's my initial reaction to the prices. Two, I want to see how soft the prices are, and guess what? They're very soft. There's a 5K range, like there has been with every major championship. So at least DraftKings has been consistent with that. I want to see how lineups look. I want to start building, just theory crafting different types of lineups, and just use that as kind of my initial research for the week, is to see some of these names and go, okay, let me find other reasons as to why to play them outside of their price tag. But I want to start here and just try to find who's valued, who has a ton of value to their name, who's down in the 6K range that should probably be in the 7 or 8K range. I want to try to find these gems. So I'll be going over most of the golfers, not all of them, but most of the golfers, and really just kind of theory crafting. You know, what kind of lineups can we build this week? Now, I will remind you guys, I am going to be putting out more content. I'll be going over different pieces of strategies. I always go over a pass optimal and GPP winning lineup video, which I will be doing yet again, and that will dive further into the strategies. This is going to be mostly a, like I said, an initial reaction to the prices. We won't really dive into it, but I will dive into it during the other video. So if you want to go check that out, stay tuned. I will be posting that in the next couple days. All right. I like to start out with these first look videos, not only for the reasons I mentioned, but also because I'm doing giveaways, and it's your way to find out which giveaways that I'm doing or how to gain entries into these giveaways. And again, what they are. The first one being a win the pot giveaway. I do this for every major championship. It is pretty successful. Now, it starts at $20. The pot starts at $20. For every one new subscriber, I will be adding $2 to the pot. So depending on how many new people come here and subscribe, this pot will just grow, and hopefully it'll grow exponentially. That'd be wonderful. Now I've goal stamped where this giveaway begins over there. 966 out of 1,000 subscribers. So it starts at 966. Whatever that number is after, or I should say leading into this live video that you can see, I will be going live on July 14th. Whatever that number is, I will just multiply that by 2 and add that to the pot. That's how much money will be in the pot. So hopefully, if you're new and you like what you see, or you want to participate in this giveaway, subscribe. And then to gain entries, I have a video down below. There's a link to a video that will show you how to earn entries in any of my giveaways. But to kind of give you the too long didn't read version, you just got to comment down below on any of the videos I post, and you get 1 entry per video. So rack up as many entries as you possibly can to increase your chances of winning. And to kind of further sweeten all of this giveaway talk, okay, not only am I doing this win the pot giveaway, but this kind of goes hand in hand with the sweetspotdfs.com giveaway that I'm doing. When this channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $1,000 worth of giveaways. So if you are just, you want value, you want the chance to win, subscribe. And then go to sweetspotdfs.com. There's a link down in the description below. Click on that link. Go create yourself a free account. You do not need to put any money into it. You just need to give me a first and the last name, an email address, and then whatever username that you want, and then set your password. Those are the only pieces that you need to provide on the website. Then I will take that email distribution from your signups, put it all into a big giveaway, and I'll pick out random winners. So I'm giving away 1 lifetime membership to sweetspotdfs.com. That's worth $600. I'm giving away 1 annual membership worth $200. I'm giving away 2 $100 cash giveaways. So if you don't want a membership to sweetspotdfs.com, you'll have a chance to win some money. Now, if we can reach 1,000 subscribers by the beginning of the Open Championship, the ones change into twos. I'm doubling this giveaway. I got to reach 1,000 subscribers by the Open Championship, and that means I need 34 new subscribers. It is very much possible to do that. During the Masters earlier in April, we got 27 new subscribers. 27 new subscribers. So it is very much within the realm of possibilities. I'll give away 2 lifetime memberships, 2 annual memberships, and 4, count that, 4 $100 cash giveaways. Now, think about that. 34, all I need is 34 new subscribers. For that win the pot giveaway that I was just showing you guys, you double that. That's $68 added on to 20. That will be worth $88. So you might have a chance to not only win the $88 win the pot giveaway, you will also have a chance to win any of these giveaways, including a $100 cash giveaway. So go sign up at sweetspotdfs.com. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Tell your friends to come subscribe to the channel. And if they want chances to win money as well, have them go through all the entry gaining methods. Go do all that. This is our last major championship of the year. It's probably the last push to get to 1,000 subscribers because we're going to be honest, the golf season kind of ends after this major championship. Yeah, there's more tournaments to be played, but football season's nearing. Obviously, I don't do any football content, so if we don't reach 1,000 subscribers by, I don't know, either this tournament or the next few tournaments, we probably aren't doing it until next year. Just throwing it out there. So let's try. And if we do, I will reward you guys handsomely. So, hey, by the way, thank you for being here. I know some of you guys don't like going over all the giveaway talk, like all this, you know, all these housekeeping items, but I appreciate you being here. It's just, I want to be as informative as possible. I also want to drive interest as much as I can. So again, thank you all for being here. And then also, I have a weekly and a monthly giveaway that I do all the time. We just did the monthly giveaway last Tuesday. You get a membership to sweetspotdfs.com, a monthly membership, that is. And then, of course, weekly, I do $5 cash giveaways. So there you go. Those are all the giveaways for this week. Let's get right back into the first look. So right away, we have Scottie Scheffler at $13,300. Listen, this is cheaper than he has been in previous tournaments. He was just $14,000 at the Genesis Scottish Open, and he missed the cut. Think about that. He missed the cut at the Genesis Scottish Open at $14,000 on DraftKings. I don't think he's going to miss the Open Championship, but I also just don't think he's a good fit for the Open, which I know it sounds crazy. I just said this to my buddy not too long, or this last week, because he's like, do you think Scotty's going to win the Scottish Open? I'm like, I don't think so. No, because I don't think this is a good tournament for him. He's the best golfer in the world. So, you know, would it be crazy if he wins this tournament? Of course not. Is he going to have the best odds to win this tournament? Absolutely. Does he deserve it? Absolutely. But $13,300 just doesn't, it's not super helpful. So you put him in the lineup, number one, and you have $7,300 to work with. Now, that's not terrible, by the way. That's not terrible. Because if we drive down to the 5K range, I told you during the intro, there's some good 5K golfers that I absolutely would not mind playing. We have Nico Echeverria. Like, that guy can get hot whenever. He's $5,500. I think probably that's going to be like the low end. I will say the BMW International Champion usually has played well at Open Championships. So this guy right here, Michael Hollick, which is a DP World Tour golfer, he's $5,300. So if you wanted to start here with Scheffler, you have a little bit more than $7,800 to work with. So we can come back up to like the 6K range and try to pick someone who is, let's just say, I wouldn't say serviceable, but someone you can expect to play well at an Open Championship. Like Thigala at $6,200 almost seems like a misprice. Yeah, he hasn't been playing that great of golf, but if you look at past major championships or past tournaments, he is rarely this low, if at ever. So him at $6,200 seems like a pretty good salary point. Now, I have a favorite guy down here, Tom McKibben. He was also one of my favorite guys during the Genesis Scottish Open. I'm recording this before knowing what the cut is. $6,000, that's pretty good. And that leaves you with $8,400 to build lineups around. So if we come back up and we just look at 84, I mean, we can pick a couple guys. Burns at $7,800. I know I've got a couple followers that like to do the Scotty Scheffler, Sam Burns combo. There we go. So $7,800, that gives us $8,800 to work with. We could go any of these combos. So you could go 89 to 87. So you could go Hatton and Morikawa, or perhaps you want Justin Rose as a, kind of a veteran golfer in your lineup, and we pair him up with Chris Gotterup that tends to do well at these link style golf courses. We could even go a little bit more expensive with like John Rahm. Think of that. Scotty Scheffler at 13.3. We can grab someone $9,700. In fact, you could grab someone in the 10K range, like $7,900. And you look at the golfers that you can pick: Lowry, Henley, Koepka, Justin Thomas. Like, those are good names. But how about this? Let's pick Fleetwood. I like Fleetwood this week. So we can go Scheffler, Fleetwood, and now it's $7,100. And we look at down here at 71. We have like Patrick Cantlay, Patrick Reed, Hideki Matsuyama, Aaron Rai, Siwoo Kim. These are all talented golfers. Tom Kim, by the way, he's on a heater. He is playing some good golf. 46th at the John Deere wasn't great, but he hit the ball so incredibly well. He didn't make any putts. But you look, T3 at the U.S. Open. He's a pretty good golfer to put in a lineup like this. And I will go over some of these salaries in the Pass Optimal and GPP winning lineups because, okay, so a $6,800 golfer, it looks like I have two studs and the rest, like I have stars and scrubs. I have a bunch of scrubs just based off of salary points, but $6,800 is not a scrub salary. This would be a typical 7K golfer. Like how soft the pricing is and the fact that there's a 5K range, just treat these 6K golfers like 7K golfers. Most of them should be in the 7K range. Like Harris English should be in the 7K range. Akshay Bhatia should be in the 7K range. Kurt Kitayama, like all of these golfers right here, by the way, solid choices to put in your lineups. Absolutely. Kurt Kitayama, yeah, sign me up, man. Kurt Kitayama, that's a really good golfer. And now we can actually go up from that Hollick at $5,300 and grab anybody that's $5,900 or less. And there are some good names here: Andrew Novak, Nick Taylor, Michael Brennan. I have no idea how Louis Oosthuizen has been playing. I don't even have any of his game logs. Go down to Bernd Wiesberger, who is playing some incredible golf at the Genesis Scottish Open. And now your lineup looks that much more solid. It goes Scheffler at 13.3, Fleetwood 10.5. Then we go to the $7,800 Sam Burns, who should probably be in an 8K range. Just think of that. What if I went, you could go 2 10s, an 8K golfer. Kurt Kitayama should be in the 7K range, so you have another 7K golfer. Bernd Wiesberger, maybe not, but another high 6. And then Tom McKibben, which would be like a medium 6 in normal events. So a lineup like this looks really, really good. Scotty Scheffler, by the way, is not going to be one of my top choices of building lineups around. I already know that. I feel the same way about him going into the Open as I did him going into the Genesis Scottish Open. And if you listen to my strategy video that I put out Tuesday night for the Genesis Scottish Open, or my members only video, which I do Wednesday nights for members only, you got to be a white tier member and above on this YouTube channel. I told everybody, Scotty Scheffler, I'm going to make like 40 some lineups this week. Scotty Scheffler will be in 4 of them. I lied. He ended up being in 5 of them, and that was it. I didn't play him any more than 5-0 to like 42 lineups. I just knew he wasn't a good fit. And at his ridiculous price tag of $14,000, it's like, there's no value in that. I'm not going to get any value from playing Scheffler. Even if he finished like 5th or worse, or let's say he finished somewhere between 5th to 15th place. Not good enough. Not at that price tag. And when we look at this now, this is the closest I think Rory's been to Scheffler in a long time. 11,900. We're only talking, I mean, it's still $1,400, but we've seen $2,000 differences between Rory and Scotty. Now the gap is closing a little bit, but Rory being less than $12,000 already makes him of value in my eyes. He's playing really good at the Genesis Scottish Open. He thrives in this type of golf. And when I put him in a lineup, it is a considerable bit more of savings. I should have probably kept that last lineup that I had with Scotty in there just to show you the difference of what it would look like. I mean, let's go ahead and put some of these golfers in there. So Byrne was one of them. 6K, we went with McKibben. And then I know we had Sammy Biscuits in there. Tommy Fleetwood. And I don't remember who the last guy was. Tom Kim. It was Tom Kim. Okay. So yeah, I have $1,200 to work with. I can make any of these substitutions. Obviously, I would probably wouldn't sub out Fleetwood. But I could sub out Burns. Maybe I just only like Burns to put him in Scotty lineup. So I can sub him out. I can just go up and grab a really expensive golfer like Cam Young, Tyrrell Hatton, Morikawa. But if I was being sensible, you know, let's go with like Bobby Mack or even Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark would be a good choice. So yeah, I'm going to do Wyndham Clark. So, but I still have $800 to work with. Well, what if you didn't like McKibben, which for rightfully so, if I look at any of these other guys, you know, I could go with Eugenio Chacarra. He's been a very hot golfer on the DP World Tour. He has 2 wins coming into the Genesis Scottish Open. Again, I'm recording this before the conclusion. I have no idea how he's going to finish. I know he kind of struggled. I think he's at 2 under and the leaders are at 9 under. So we'll see if he closes the gap at all. But this right here seems like a pretty darn good lineup. If I'm starting with Rory McIlroy, and if I was kind of comparing this lineup to the other lineup that I built with Scotty, I obviously like this lineup better, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like Scotty's lineup better than you like Rory's lineup? I like Rory's lineup. I just like Rory's upside of winning this tournament more than I do Scheffler's, which sounds crazy. If you've been to this channel before, I'm a huge Scheffler fan. Just something's just not right, not good. So yeah, I would much rather go to Fleetwood or McIlroy I meant, but kind of Freudian slip there. Fleetwood, my favorite golfer this week. He was my favorite golfer at the Genesis Scottish Open. You know, he's sitting at 3 under right now. Again, the leaders are at 9 under. We'll see how he plays over the weekend. But if there's a golfer that I feel the most comfortable to make the cut, it is Tommy Fleetwood. I feel more confident he will make the cut than I do Scheffler. I'm more confident that Fleetwood will make the cut than I do McIlroy. That's pretty crazy, but that's the truth. I really like Fleetwood, and at 10,500, that's pretty good. Moving on from there, Matt Fitzpatrick. No issues there. If you wanted to start Fleetwood, Fitzpatrick, and maybe you throw in like John Rahm, you have $6,600. I already can tell you we can play 3 of the golfers that we had in the previous lineups that I felt comfortable with. You could go ahead and put in Tom McKibben, or we could put in Bernd Wiesberger. Yeah, I mean, Bernd Wiesberger at $5,800 he might be the best value on here. And if he isn't, let me know. Who do you think is the best value? There's a lot of good 5K golfers down here. I've got no issue playing most of these guys. But now that I did that, now I have 7,000 to work with. Well, I know Tom Kim's $6,800, right? So you can play him. And then, I could get a little crazy with Jordan Spieth. And this lineup looks even better than the McIlroy lineup that I just built. And again, these are just initial feelings, initial lineup builds. I don't know if this is the route that I'll go, but yeah, if you wanted to start with Fitzpatrick, yeah, that looks really, really good. Really good. Moving on from there, I really don't have a tell right now on Xander Schauffele. I think this is just your generic Xander Schauffele pricing. He's always around 10K flat. So we get like a $200 discount essentially on Xander. It's got great upside. He's won a Genesis Scottish Open before. He's been near the top of the leaderboard on I think a couple different Open championships. Just trying to go off of memory. Maybe I'm wrong, but he's already won on a link style golf course. I've got no issue playing Xander, especially this week. $9,700, Jon Rahm. I mean, I have no idea where he's sitting at the Genesis Scottish Open. He did get an invite from the DP World Tour to play on it. So we'll see. I honestly, I just have not been paying attention to Jon Rahm, but $9,700 when he's typically in the 10K range, this seems like a steal. Like this seems like a value. So I also, again, I don't mind playing Jon Rahm. Ludwig Oberg, it goes from $9,700 Jon Rahm down to $9,300 Oberg. Yeah, sign me up here as well. I'm going to be a sucker for Europeans in the Open Championship just because they're closer to home. They're more used to these types of playing conditions. Maybe not so much the PGA Tour players that are from Europe, but I just, it's, if you think about Ryder Cup and how well the European team plays together, it's because they're playing for each other. They're playing, for familiar faces. To me, this is the exact same thing. I feel like Europeans do really well overseas. Well, on their home-ish regions, not everybody is going to be from the location that any of the Open Championships are being played at. However, they're close enough to home. It's like a 4-hour flight or a 2-hour flight versus a, 14-hour flight or wherever they're flying in the United States from to go back home. Anyways, Oberg, $9,300, sign me up. Justin Rose, so like my buddy Byron Lindeque, the Model Maniac, back 9 bets, he's always been bullish on Justin Rose, especially in major championships. And his reasoning is, Justin Rose's time is limited. He's very serious about playing these major championships and wants to do really well because it's like his last chance. So he's not going to screw around and play poor golf. He's going to be locked in, laser focused, which most of these golfers are. But I think the argument that Byron tends to make is that Rosie is just no one else knows how important it is to play really well in these major championships. And if you look, US Open, T11, PGA Championship, T10, Masters was leading it forever. Well, not forever, but it seemed like forever on Sunday until he kind of stalled out. So there is something to it. He was $9,100 at the Masters. He was $95 at the PGA Championship. He was $84 at the US Open. It's like, okay, I'm going to give my buddy his credit. Byron, you get credit, man. Justin Rose does play well at major championships, and it does seem like, when it comes, he almost reminds me of Lee Westwood from back in the day. It's, Lee didn't play that great on the PGA Tour events, but when it came to major championships, he was always lurking. I guess that also kind of goes with Louis Oosthuizen, which these are our European golfers that I'm talking about. Maybe not so much Louis, he's a South African, but international golfers that wily veterans. They just tend to play well at these major championships. And again, a T10, T11, T12, whatever, at $9,100, that's pretty good. That's very good. It's a good finishing place for that price point. Moving on from Rose, we've got Cam Young. I don't feel like Cam Young plays that well when it comes to link-style golf courses. Just link-style golf. I'd rather, $9,000 isn't terrible. He'll probably be low owned. Maybe this is where you go to Cam Young. I don't think I will be. Not unless the entire sweet spot process tells me like Cam Young is a good play and I should play him. I just don't think You know, especially if the wind gets up, that weird golf swing, there's way too many things that need to go right in order for, I should say, when there's a lot of wind like that, that is problematic because a weird golf swing that needs good timing like his swing does, it gets jeopardized to some extent. So, and that's my subjective take. That's my opinion. Does that happen to everybody? No. But and does it happen to him in specific? I don't know. It's just, I know weird golf swings require everything to be the same every single time, which you could make the argument with most golf swings. That's true. However, more sound and technical golf swings like Adam Scott or even Rory McIlroy, they can be off a little bit with their timing. They're still going to hit a very similar shot than if it was perfect timing. Whereas I feel like with Cam Young, it's just those misses are big misses. Tyrrell Hatton at $8,900. Listen, I'm going to have to see what he does at the Genesis Scottish Open, but a T7 at the US Open, a T3 at the Masters. Yeah, missed cut at the PGA Championship is kind of concerning to some extent, but I mean, that round 1, round 2 score isn't that terrible, for being honest. It's not that bad. Must have missed the cut by a couple strokes, maybe. If that, maybe he missed it right on the cut. Ty Hatton's a solid player, and if you wanted to go really balanced this week, having Ty Hatton in your lineup, let's say Justin Rose in your lineup, who would be a cheap golfer that I would feel comfortable playing? Let's just put Tom Kim in there so I can keep my prices near the same. I don't think I would want to go to someone like Bryson, but I could go Wyndham Clark, Hovland, maybe even Bobby Mack, but I do have $8,700 left. Let's go Chris Gotterup. So you can do something like this. I've got 4 8K golfers, a 9K golfer, and one $6,800 golfer. That sounds pretty reasonable to me. So yeah, if you wanted to start balance like that, I think this is a perfect time to do it. $8,700 Colin Morikawa seems interesting. He's got a bunch of good finishes this year, especially in major championships. Well, I should say especially. T17 at the US Open, 55th at the PGA, 7th at the Masters, but he does have a few other top 10s. API, Genesis, won the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Travelers just, a couple weeks ago, finished 3rd. I have no idea how he's doing at the Genesis Scottish Open. I think he's playing it, but that might be another one where I want to see what his results look like there before feeling confident in playing him. But all in all, $8,700 is a pretty good price for Morikawa. Chris Gotterup at $85 is another really good price. Like, this to me is value. Just won the John Deere Classic. He's got 3 wins on the year. WM Phoenix Open, Sony Open, John Deere Classic. And I don't think I see a missed cut. Oh, I see one at the Genesis Invitational. Never mind. There was a missed cut there. Okay. Either way, T56, the Players, was his worst finish. T43. Okay, so he's making cuts. He's getting you some DraftKings points. He's getting you placement points. I got no issue playing Chris Gotterup, especially at an Open Championship. 3 wins on the year. That's insane. Bryson at 84. What a fall from grace. Just the goofball that he is, created a video letting all of his fans know why he missed the cut at his last 3 major championships. And I want you to just keep something in mind. 10,200 at the Masters, 10,900 at the PGA, and 11,000 at the US Open. He's now $8,400. $8,400. Bryson DeChambeau. I'll have to do some research in order to figure out if this price is actually a good price, because maybe his course fit or tournament fit just doesn't set up well at link style golf courses, which just at the top of my head, I would say that's probably true. And so this price tag is fair. However, it is the cheapest that we've seen him in a very long time. He has 10K talent, and he is in the $8,400 price point. If there's any reason that I could tell you right now as to why you should play Bryson. It's because he's $8,400. He's cheap. This is the cheapest you'll see him in a long time. So yeah, why not, right? Why not? Lots of talent. Victor Hovland at $8,300, I think is another wonderful price. Just won the Travelers. He's very boomer bust, so it's like he's missing cuts or he's contending for wins. That's what it feels like. So I kind of want to see how he did at the Genesis Scottish Open, or I'm going to want to see how he does before I actually really commit to playing him. And I'm actually looking it up right now just to see if he missed the cut or not. Oh, he made the cut on the number with rounds of 68 and 70, which that's pretty solid. 60 and 70 is pretty solid. I don't have an issue playing Victor Hovland. I really do like playing Victor Hovland because, again, when he makes cuts, he gets you a lot of DraftKings points. He can catch fire fast. So yeah, $8,300 Hovland, that seems pretty good. $8,200 Wyndham Clark. Everyone would say Wyndham, it's probably not even a good fit for Wyndham because of how windy it is. Don't want to play someone who fades the golf ball as much as he does, especially in the wind. Like, yeah, those can be valid points to some extent, but these golfers are so good. Their smash factors are really good. Their ball flights are near optimal. Him hitting a fade the way he does, it's not going to be affected by the wind like your fades at home would be affected by the wind. Some of these golfers have a really good descending angle into these, and I don't even so much say it's descending. He's hitting his fades on the upswing. And I'm sure his spin numbers are probably still somewhere between 22 to 2,700 RPMs, which is optimal for piercing ball flights. I don't know his numbers exactly, but the fact of the matter is, if you're hearing someone talk about not trusting him because of his big, loopy fade that he typically hits, may I present like a different thought process to it? There are very little trees on any of these link style golf courses. Any of Open Championships, there are very few trees. That means he gets to play his golf ball wherever he wants to. He doesn't have to frame it between trees. He doesn't have to hit it straighter in order to avoid trouble. He can hit the big trusty fade and it will come back to wherever he wants it to. So $8,200. He's currently 13th at the Genesis Scottish Open. I'm liking this. Like, sign me up. Give me some Wyndham Clark. I'm going to go through this is my last golfer that I'm really going to put a lot of detail into. Bobby Mack at $8,000. I'm just going to cruise through the rest of them and just tell you whether or not I want to play him or not. $8,100, or I should say $8,000 Bobby Mack. Let's look. Actually, I want to see how is he doing currently at the Genesis Scottish Open. He is tied for 6th. He is 7 under. The leaders are at 9 under. Sign me up. You're giving me a Scot. Well, he's for the Scottish Open, he's in Scotland. But you're giving me a Scot at an Open Championship where conditions can be brutal. Yeah, this sounds like a no-brainer. $8,000 is pretty cheap. And now that I went over a lot of these golfers, like I like Clark, I like Hovland. Just talked about Goddard. I like Goddard. I've got $8,500 remaining, so I can grab. How about we just go Justin Rose, and now I have $7,900. I'll be talking about Shane Lowry here very, very shortly, but I go any of these golfers. Let's pick out Sam Burns again. So this lineup is wonderful. 4 8s, 1 9, and 1 7. It's like a no-brainer. Okay. That concludes the deep dives. For the next, I'm just going to say pass or fade, or I should say, how do I want to do this? Play or fade. That's what I'll do. Play or fade. Shane Lowry, play. Burns, play. Henley, fade. Koepka, play. Justin Thomas, let me look. Hold on. Let me see how he's playing. He's 25th. All right, I'm going to say play because I think his game is good enough on the Open Champion. He's got a lot of creativity. I do like the way that he can shape shots, how he can work golf balls. And when it's really windy, you just kind of take out all the fundamentals and you hit shots. And I think Justin Thomas is really good at hitting shots. Alex Fitzpatrick, play. Joaquin Niemann, I need more research. I'm leaning towards play, but there's a bit of me that's like, fade him. Jordan Spieth, unfortunately, is going to have to be a fade. Just like I just said with Justin Thomas, I want to believe the same thing for Jordan Spieth, but I just don't think he has it in him. I don't know what's wrong with that guy, but he's not playing good golf. And even at $7,200, which is a really good price tag, I just don't care. Aaron Rai, play. Patrick Cantlay was just 5 under at the Genesis Scotch Open after round 1. He just missed the cut. He went 4 over on day 2. I have got no reasons why, but listen, at $7,000, I'll play him. That's pretty cheap. You can put him in almost any lineup. Yeah, I'll play him, but let's put it this way. He's got strong fade potential. Patrick Reed, play. Hideki Matsuyama, play. Siwoo Kim, what has Siwoo done at? He's 3 under currently at the Genesis Scotch Open. Okay, I'll say play. What is Minwoo at? I like how they put Siwoo and Minwoo right next to each other, and Tom Kim. Just put all the Koreans right next to each other. Minwoo is 8 under. He is 1 shot behind the leader. So yeah, sign me up for Minwoo. Tom Kim, play. Ben Griffin. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some research on him too. I think I want to say fade because I don't think his game works that well when it comes to. He is not playing the Genesis Scotch Open. Yeah, I'm gonna say fade. Fade Griffin. Cam Smith, play. He just screwed Byron and myself at the U.S. Open. Thought it was a great fit for him. And he ends up missing the cut. He comes to the Open. International golfer. I think he's going to play well. Corey Connors, play. Matt McNeely, fade. Marco Penge, what are you doing at the Genesis? He just missed the cut. I'm going to say fade for Marco Penge. JJ Spawn, fade. Harris English, fade. Jake Knapp, which this is his 3rd event back, I believe. He just missed the cut too. I'm going to say fade for Jake Knapp. Eugenio Chikara, play. Brian Harmon, fade. Nikolai Højgaard, play. Akshay Bhatia, did not play the Genesis Scotch Open. Ooh, what do I want to do? You know what? Let's play him. Yeah, we'll play. Sepp Straka. I'm going to fade Sepp Straka, believe it or not. An international golfer I think would be great. He just missed the cut at the Genesis Scotch Open. Kurt Kitayama, slam dunk, play. Christopher Wrighton, play. Ricky Fowler, fade. Adam Scott, play. David Puig, fade. Keegan Bradley, fade. Bridgman, fade. Homa, play. Alex Noren. What did Noren do at the Genesis? Ooh, not good. We'll fade. We'll fade Noren. Fade Day. I want to fade Gerard unless he's actually doing somewhat good. Oh, he is. He's 5 under. Okay. All right, we'll play him. And then Ryan Fox. I got to do the same thing with Fox too. I'm sorry for not knowing this ahead of time. He's 4 under currently. Okay. Sure, I'll play him. Harry Hall, fade. Although, okay. I'm not going to do the player fade anymore. I really didn't have to do that with any of these other golfers. These are all really, this is where you're going to get a lot of value from most of these golfers. You know, Gerard is typically a 7K golfer. So sometimes he's high 6s, 6,400. Fox, 63. This is soft pricing, of course. Yeah, play him. Harry Hall at $6,300. I will take in the risk of him missing the cut. And I think that's how I feel about most of these golfers. I'll tell you right now, I'll go over these golfers as like, I will tell you absolutely not, or why not? I think that's probably going to be that'll be my segment going forward here. Harry Hall, why not? Rasmus Højgaard, why not? Gary Woodland, why not? Matt Wallace, why not? Sung JM, probably not. But also at the same time, why not? Shaper, absolutely not. Niergaard Peterson, why not? Like, let's do it. Ior Fanegas, how did you do? Or that's not even how you say his last name. I don't remember how it's pronounced. He missed the cut at even par. Let's say no. Danny Berger, why not? Hao Tong Lee, this is a great value for Hao Tong. $6,200. Yeah, absolutely. Thigala, 62. That's also a really good value. Why not? I'm gonna fade JT Poston. Like, I don't think that's what I want. He just won the Memorial, but ugh, no thanks. Thomas Dietrich, why not? Jordan Smith, absolutely. He's currently leading the Genesis Scottish Open, and at $6,100, he could potentially be one of the more popular plays for the week because he is 6,100. So keep that in mind. Mitchell, yeah, why not? Rio Satsune, I'm going to say no. I'm going to do a hard pass. Lucas Herbert, no. Bud Cauley, no. Grazerman, why not? Tom McKibben, absolutely. Casey Jarvis, no. Eric Cole, no. Alex Smalley, no. Andrew Novak, no. Nick Taylor, why not? Louis Oosthuizen, I got to do more research on that guy. I have no idea how he's playing nowadays. But yeah, actually, I'll continue. I just noticed I was in the 5K range and I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue going, but I think this is fine. Oosthuizen, again, got to do research. Michael Brennan, yeah, sign me up. Let's see, how is he playing? Yeah, he's 2 under right now. Sign me up. That's a great price tag for him. Pearson Cootie, I also want to see how he's playing. He missed the cut. I don't think this is a good place for him, so no. Daniel Hillier, why not? Bernd Wiesberger, why not? Billy Horschel, why not? Michael Kim, no. John Perry, why not? I have no idea who Frederick LaCroix is, so I have no idea. Probably not. Scott Vincent, absolutely not. Matthew Jordan, why not? Like, I do like playing him at major championships, so yeah, why not? Sam Stevens, no. Jesper Svensson. He just made the cut. Okay, sure. Why not? Sammy Valimaki, sure, why not? Jackson Suber, probably not. He plays really well over or in the States on American-style golf courses. Probably going to say no to Suber. Henny Duplessis, why not? Matt McCarty, no. Francesco Laporta, probably not. Daniel Brown, yes. Jose Ballester, ooh. Oh no, this is Josiel. Who is that? Is that the same dude I'm thinking about from the Masters? I'm not sure. Laurie Cantor, absolutely. Yeah, sign me up. Peter Uline, probably not. Francesco Molinari, no. Nico Echeverria, why not? Alistair Doherty, I don't think so. Yeah, probably not. Antoine Rosner, no. And now we're in this 55 and less. I don't think it's worth going over any of these golfers. I will say this Kaneko guy just won on the DP World Tour not too long ago. We also have this Michael Hollick who just won. Matthew Southgate's always been a guy that I like to play, especially when it comes to, open championships, but I think I'll probably just stay away from him. Henrik Stenson's down here. That's interesting. Yeah, I think that's it. I would say this, play at your own risk, these golfers down here. Anyone that's less than $5,300, could almost make the argument anyone that's less than $5,400, but for real, anyone under $5,300 is definitely play at your own risk. Like, that's not a good play. You better know something that the rest of us don't. Don't just play them just to use as like a stocking stuffer or just a glue piece to be able to play Scheffler with like Rory McIlroy. Like, just there's no point in doing that. I feel like that's a wasted roster spot. So that is all that I have for you guys for this DraftKings first look. Kind of went down the entire board, did 8K and above in pretty full depth, and then I just went down from the 7Ks on down and either said play or fade, essentially. So hopefully you guys got some good material out of this, or some good information to digest to help with your own researching, your own feels when it comes to building lineups. That is the whole purpose for all of this. And just as a friendly reminder, I have a Win the Pot giveaway happening right now. Subscribe if you haven't. You'll add $2 to the pot. Every one new subscriber adds $2. I run this giveaway Tuesday night, July 14th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there. You're going to have to for any of the giveaways because I can't reach out to you. DraftKings or YouTube does not allow me to look into who just became a subscriber, find your contact information, or, you know, if you comment, which is what you need to do in order to get some entries. I just can't get your contact information usually from doing that stuff. So reach out to me if you win, and we'll figure out where to send you the money. And of course, that plays into the big giveaway that should be happening sometime soon. Once this channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away $1,000. And like I mentioned earlier, if we can do that before the Open Championship starts, I will double the amount of giveaways that I've been doing. So $1,000 sweetspotdfs.com giveaway turns into a $2,000 sweetspotdfs.com giveaway. So it's the last chance to get this type of giveaway, or grow it this much. Like, this is the most that I'm ever going to give away in one giveaway setting. So if you're interested, subscribe if you haven't already. Ask your friends, ask your family members to subscribe, and if they want chances to win as well, have them go to sweetspotdfs.com, create an account, and then that's how you get an entry. But that's it. That's all that I have for all of you guys. Thank you all for being here. I will see you in the next one, and good luck during the Open Championship. All right, bye-bye.